My steer hit, and one moment he was right beside my heel horse. I was like, I literally just told myself, stay down instantly. I was like, don't panic. Just really stay forward in your saddle and put your rope on the ground and see what happens.
This is Chelsea Shaffer, and this is Season 4 of The Score. You all have listened to this podcast 750,000 times, and we are here in Season 4 to bring you even more of what you love. Hey everybody, this is Chelsea Shaffer. Welcome to The Short Score. This is the Team Roping Journal's weekly news update podcast that, for the most part, I have turned over to Caitlin Gustav, who is my assistant editor. But right now, she is getting ready for a very busy week. Caitlin is leaving for the Cinch Timed Event Championships. That'll start Thursday, so you'll want to watch all of her coverage Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from the Lazy E. And then, of course, Sunday she will be at the BFI. So we will have podcasts with the winners of the Cinch Timed Event Championships, the winner of the Cinch Timed Event Championships, I should say, and the BFI winners. So it's going to be a really big week for Caitlin. She's going to be there. She just came from the NTR finals down in Wickenburg, where she lives. So we've been using her pretty heavily lately. So we were all watching the American at home. So I called Paden Bray today to visit with him, and he is who our guest is on the Short Score today. This is, I think, the first time I've had Paden on a podcast. While these interviews are usually pretty short on the Short Score, this one we got a little lengthy because we had a lot to talk about. He just won $100,000. Him and Erich Rogers were just flawless. If you are interested in a little bit more, I've got their horses' papers up on teamropingjournal.com, and you'll also be able to see replays of their runs courtesy of the Cowboy Channel. So check that out at teamropingjournal.com and enjoy this interview with Paden Bray.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
It's all good.
Are you on your truck speakerphone? Because I can barely hear you.
Yes, ma'am. Can we take it off?
Yeah, take it off, because it's like really quiet.
How about now?
Crystal clear. That's perfect.
Perfect.
You sound like a rich man.
I don't know if anyone's rich if you do what I do.
It's got to be about the richest you've ever been, though, huh? That's exciting.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely, by far. Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm gonna just try to hold my breath and put it all in different spots and different safe spots. So we'll see.
Do you have any investment goals?
Not really. I just actually I bought a really nice prospect that Joseph Harrison had for a few months after the finals, and then I'm doing pretty good. I got a truck. I probably should buy a trailer, but when I've been rodeoing, I usually take my truck and Eric's trailer, so haven't quite invested in one of those yet. But that'll probably be my next investment. But I'm just going to try to keep it away in a safe spot and invest maybe a little bit of it and then save some of it, act like I don't have it.
Mm-hmm. Now, how many times you've been to AT&T as a qualifier before, right?
Yes, ma'am. In 2017, I think I was 18.
I remember. Yeah. How did it differ this year? How did it feel?
I dang sure wasn't so much had the shock factor, I guess I should say.
Mm-hmm.
When Bird and I made it, the stars lined up, and it was. I'm not saying it was different back then, but back then you had to. It was promoted a lot more. Like they didn't have qualifiers until like January this year.
Yeah.
But back in 2017, the American was a big deal, and they had the side pot, which was 500. They had them at the biggest ropens of the year. Like you had to haul to go to the ropens, and then you had to enter the qualifier, and then you had to be the top 10, and you had to catch all 4 steers. Now a guy can kind of duck off, pay $375, and then if 5 teams enter, just you can get a spot pretty much. Or if there's 6 or 7 teams entered, just the person that catches the most steers gets to go, gets the qualification. So back then it was way more strict and way more people did it. And now it's a little bit different, but back then it was really, really tough. And the fact that the stars did line up and Bert and I did make it was probably truly a blessing. And when we did make it, it's like you plan and enter to make it, but when it happened, it was kind of like I tried to act like I wasn't surprised, but I was pretty surprised.
Yeah. Now, speaking of surprised, were you surprised at that first steer that Erich threw quite a bit of rope at?
I don't know. I will say that is a big difference. I feel like 4 years ago, there's no way I could have healed that steer, but now I'm not saying I got it going on or I know what I'm doing, but I feel like I can control my emotions a little bit better, and my reactions a little better. And when that steer hit like that, Erich did a great job. Just that steer, they were a really good set of steers. Short Weaver had them, put them together, but they were fresher and they were Mexicans. So when you put them in an arena like that, they probably have never been there like that. They've just been in Alvarado. Mm-hmm. So when you kind of put them in that kind of setup, one under barrier, and it's pretty full contact, you're going to have a little bit of freshness, a little bit of differential between a few steers. But most of the time, you can tell by the time, steers were very even, done a great job put together. But that one was a tick on the fresher side. And I went to both those jackpots that they roped them at, and they were really, really good set steers. But when that steer hit, and one moment he was right beside my heel horse, I was like, I literally just told myself, stay down instantly. I was like, don't panic, just really stay forward in your saddle and put your rope on the ground and see what happens. But I think if a guy right there panics, tightens his swing up, and tries to knife it at him, you don't ever catch that steer. But I just try to stay real soft and open and didn't try to panic and didn't try to change anything. So I was very blessed to make that shot work, and it was pretty crazy shot. And they showed the big screen, and I kind of looked at it and was like, gosh, dang, that really just happened, because I was even kind of surprised.
Yeah, I wondered if you surprised yourself with that shot. I mean, I know know you're good, but that was really impressive.
Right. Well, it's kind of one of them deals where you're just kind of in that middle state of mind where everything was really slow motion, and I can control the run, and it was just kind of step by step. I'm like, okay, I need another swing. Okay, stay down, really place your rope, and then finish. And then it kind of happened just like that. So thank gosh I was kind of real mentally prepared and kind of talked my way through that one instead of just turning and firing it.
How pleased were you with Slider?
Oh my gosh, he was so spot on. Like that horse is, I don't know if he's the best horse, but he's the best horse to me. He stayed forgiving right there, even though he ran into the steer, because the momentum change was very drastic. I mean, we were going full contact. The steer was out in front of us. Erich reached and roped him, and then the steer just completely hit the brakes and was trying to fight his head. And he just stayed pushed up and let me just stay soft and stay forgiving and finish. And I'd say 99% of heel horses would have just wigged out and kind of just got tight and took the complete throwaway. And the next two runs, it was like a day off back there. Erich set him up, and I just went 1, 2, 3, and he just was spot on. He felt so good, had strong finishes. I burned dye rubber every time I dallied on them poor little steers, because I was kind of excited and pulling back a little bit, and he just was strong, and he felt good.
Yeah, tell me about those last two. I mean, they just look so easy for you guys. Did it feel just so easy?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, like the first one, like it was pretty drastic. A couple things happened. There was a couple curveballs, but we got by them good. But the second two, I mean, my header just flat out come on train and just hit the barrier and got in front of them steers and rope going to them, and they were in tow, and I just literally kept them in front of me and second hop both times, and just the momentum was good. The run was easy, and it was very forgiving, and it felt very consistent. We were 5-2, 5-1, and 5 flat, and he did a great job and set him up, and I just did my job, and the run felt easy because it really was easy. They was set up perfect, I thought. Yeah,
absolutely. And he was still on the mare that's your family's, right?
Yes, ma'am. Him and that mare is nothing nice. I think he's won I bet he's won over 300,000 on that mare.
That's so cool. What a cool mare. I mean, she's quickly becoming one of the top mares in history. I think Haley has 500,000 won on her. Dolly's got close to 1 million won on her, but this one's racking up the money quickly.
Yes, ma'am. Anytime Erich gets on that mare, it's kind of game time. But we both been the mare and Slider. I don't really ride him that much. I've just been riding him at the big ones,
mm-hmm.
and we got roped on that Odessa. We rode tournament at San Antonio, and then Jackson, and that's kind of about it. Like I've got some really good horses underneath slider, and I've been jackpotting on them a lot, and they're really good to jackpot on. But we kind of save them too. We kind of just save them for when it really counts for a lot of money. So
yeah,
they both been doing. They both are just so solid. They let Eric and I just be Eric and I, and it does do really good for us because they stay out of our way, but they do their job so well, and we both have a lot of confidence on them.
Yeah, I think it obviously shows. It looked like it was so much fun for you guys this weekend.
The run has a lot of flow. It looks easy.
Yeah, it certainly does. And it shows that you guys have been roping since you were a kid, at least in the practice pen, anyhow.
Yes, ma'am.
Now tell me, Paden, you have been around all the best in the world your whole life, and there was certainly a lot of expectation when you were a rookie and coming up. How do you feel about your place now? Do you feel fully like you belong?
I would say so. You know, it kind of might sound funny, but when I first got the job to heel for Eric, and you know, I'm not saying that there was a little pressure because I don't think. Not that it matters, but, I was just, I was a 19-year-old kid. I just in college and just, wanted to heel steers, and I was wanting to go for the first time. Had some goals, I set my goals pretty high, but then Eric come along and just picked me up, and it's like, oh my gosh, like, it's kind of like, my life just kind of changed right there, and I had to grow up, and I had to learn how to win, and I had to learn how to catch, and I had to learn how to do my job pretty fast because, I have arguably the best header in the world, and I'm just a kid. So it was there's a little bit of pressure there, and not that Eric put pressure on me, but just, it's just that pressure that you're supposed to do good, you're supposed to make it because you got a top 5 header. Mm-hmm. And, come up short my rookie year and learned so much, and I honestly, it was probably the best thing ever happened to me not making the finals my first year. It really was. It kind of pissed me off, and not that I feel like I belong there. Mm-hmm. I didn't feel like I have that entitled mentality, but I just came so close for making it, and it really just lit an extra fire in me, and I went to work on it. My coach, my best friend Marty Becker, and I went to his house. I did 2-a-days, and everything I learned from the previous year I really put into the next year, and last year I was really pleased with my performance, and then I really believe chemistry does work when you get to rope with a guy, but Eric and I got a really good run together. We both got a lot of confidence together, and, we do so well, and we have opportunities because Eric gives me a lot of opportunities, and I've been able to do my job and capitalize on them. And I just think I really don't have confidence in me belonging somewhere. I just feel like I have more confidence in Eric and then in my run. Sure. And I have confidence in myself where I know if I just be myself, just be Paden Bray and do my job, don't worry about anything else, and then it'll all come together.
Absolutely.
So, I feel like the accolades and accomplishments, they're starting to rack up a little bit more, and they're racking up faster than I ever thought they would, but I'm just going to try to keep my head down and keep being me and just keep doing my job for him.
Yeah, and so you're finishing up school right now. What year are you?
I don't know how to say it. I'm a junior, senior kind of. Okay. I don't know if you want to combine those two, but I'm just trying to finish up. I got maybe 30 hours left. Mm-hmm. So maybe 2.5 semesters full. Depends on how big of a load I take.
How important is it for you to finish school while you're rodeoing?
It's I want to say it's not important. I don't care about it, especially showing up to win 100,000 and show up at 8 a.m. the next day. It was kind of like, gosh dang, I really don't want to show up, but I know I need to get it done, and I just keep telling myself, it's only another year, you're going to get it done. So it's really important for me. I want to have something to fall back on. I don't want to be just a rodeo guy. I don't want to be kind of a dumb healer. I want to have a little bit more going on than that, just in case if something does happen. And I want to be able to. I'm a major in business, so I want to be able to know what's going on if I do get a job, or maybe if Echo Brand's hiring, maybe if I get a job there sometime tying ropes or something, I have a little bit of something to show for it that I actually put in the work, did my schoolwork just like everyone else, and not just just something handed down. So it's important to me and my family that I get my degree in business and get it done. And then after that, I'm going to park my rig at the ceremony. I'm walking across the stage, and I'm never going to look back until I can't. But until then, I'm going to keep my head down and keep trying to get all my schoolwork done.
Absolutely. Are the college finals in your future, or have you kind of left college rodeo behind?
No, ma'am. I'm still in college rodeo. And actually, since how COVID hit last year, they canceled our college finals. They gave everyone a year of eligibility back. And I'll be this year would be my 4th year. The next year will be my 5th year. And honestly, I can go back again. And I do enjoy the college rodeos. I rode calves. I kind of ride all my greener horses at the college rodeos, and they don't pay bad. And I can kind of go one day, and it's one to short. And I go to a really great school. I go to Tarleton State University, and they just bought a dang nice facility off 3025 in Stephenville, Clint Anderson's old facility.
Yeah.
And I'm really proud to be a part of their team. And I got a great relationship with the coach, Mark Aiken, and I enjoy rodeoing for him, and I enjoy rodeoing for Tarleton State. So honestly, I bet I'll college rodeo next year too. So I enjoy going. I enjoy roping calves, and I want to win the college finals almost about as a gold buckle. So that's one of the goals on my list.
I love it. I didn't realize that. I knew you had been college rodeoing, but didn't know if that got kind of pushed to the wayside.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, this is the week of the timed event. What's your timed event helping schedule look like?
Oh, gosh. It's pretty hectic right now. So I just got done practicing. I've been tuning on Haven Medjid, and I've been practicing. Been getting him going. He's riding one of my heel horses, and he's riding one of my family's head horses. And then Rogers is riding a head horse and a heel horse of ours, too. He's riding my heel horse there. And then we've been kind of practicing for that. And then I'm getting a mare tuned up, my calf horse mare tuned up for him to go up there. So I'm just trying to get a lot of horses lined out. And then Roger's taking rig, Haven's taking rig, I'm taking rig. And then I'm going to heel for them two in the big timed event. And then I got 2 junior guys I'm heading and heeling for in that deal. So by the BFI, I should have everything dialed in that arena, that's for sure.
Yeah, I would think so, or else you're going to be tired. I hope.
I know. No, it's good. I've been going up there ever since I was a freshman in high school. I was just stall boy for Bird and Rogers up there, and got to go take care of stuff for them and getting horses ready and stuff like that. So that I kind of learned a lot. I got to get turned loose with them too, and
it used to make me so nervous.
Kind of get out of the house a little bit and kind of see how it was done, and see how they compete, see how they can shake off if they don't do good. So that was pretty cool. And then I think that's when I was a senior. Eric thought I would do a good enough job, and I got to help him over there. But I've helped with the junior every year that had it. I've helped Eric the past 3 or 4 years, so I enjoy it. It's a great event, and I enjoy going to be a part of it every year.
Gosh, I remember you as a kid there with them, and I would text your mother and be like, are you sure you are ready to leave him with Bird and Rogers in Guthrie? Oh my gosh.
I thought it was great. I got to have fun, say whatever I want, kind of do whatever I want, and then I got to drink all the soda in the world, so I thought it was amazing.
Oh my goodness. I just remember how nervous that used to make me. Those two were fun back then.
No, I used to, in high school, my mom, my whole life, she never had soda at the house. She never had none of that, and so I kind of got away from the house. I mean, that's the first thing I did was go buy Dr. Pepper out of the wazoo, just drinking soda all the time because my mom never had it at the house and she didn't like me drinking it. So I was a little rebel. I was getting away from her and drinking soda.
I remember it well. That's awesome, Paden. Now, hey, are you guys 50,000 counts toward the world standings? That's a pretty nice cushion to have right now. Is that going to change how you rodeo this year, or are you going to rodeo harder than ever?
Well, if it was up to me, I would act like I didn't have that. Mm-hmm. But, I think I wouldn't say we're going to rodeo harder. I just think we're going to rodeo smarter. Eric's 2 horses, he had 2 freak accidents happen to his horses. One of them kind of went lame, and then his bay horse, his Good Bay Hot Shot, my brother took him to Arizona and jackpot on him and won decent on him out there. That's a nice horse. My brother did really good on him out there, but he got sick. He got equine influenza and he got pneumonia, and it was just a freak deal. There's a couple horses that had it around here, and just a freak deal that Eric's horse got it. So his two are just getting back, and then so I'm not saying we're not going to rodeo hard. I just think we're going to be very selective in where we go. But if it was up to me, I just would. I'm young and dumb. I want to rodeo like I don't have anything won. You know, we've had a really good winter as it is. We've won 10,000. We placed it almost every single rodeo we've been to this winter. But I don't want to back off any, because you know, I think if a guy sits in his chair at the end of the year, I want to say, you know what, I gave it my all. I went to every rodeo I could. I made every steer count. You know, if it was up to me, if I do in the world, if the stars line up, I want to win it by more than 50 grand, because I want to have that good of a year and I want to have that good of a finals, because I just feel like if you just sit around and think you got it made around here with these guys, I think that's when they're going to catch you.
Well, very good, sir. Thank you so much. I so appreciate your time right now, Paden. Thank you for always, I've told you this every time we talk, being the absolute professional and always willing to visit with me.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Anytime.
All right. Have a good one, Paden.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Before you go, remember, TeamRopingJournal.com is where you will find all of Caitlin's coverage from the Cinch Timed Event Championships this weekend at the Lazy E in Guthrie. We are so excited. This is an event that we have been covering for so many years. It's a really special event to me personally. The team at the Lazy E has been so gracious to us over the years, and I thank them for their partnership. Same with the team at the BFI that we're looking forward to coming up on Sunday. I can't wait to bring you those interviews. It's the first time that Caitlin will get to do them, and she deserves it. She's been doing a great job lately. So hope y'all let us know what you think. If you are listening to the short score, if you're listening to the regular score, leave us a review on iTunes, on your Apple Podcast app. Scroll the whole way to the bottom, down below all those hundreds of episodes we've given you, and give us however many stars you think we deserve. Write a review. I promise we have read and memorized every review everyone has ever left us. They mean a lot. We absolutely want to hear from you. We want to hear what you want to see hear the rest of the year, the rest of the season on the score. And thank you so much again for being here. And a little birdie told me, if you've listened this far to the episode, there's going to be a bonus episode later in the week. And it's not exactly about the timed event. It's not exactly about the BFI. It's an audio roping lesson that I'm so excited for. So if you have listened, again, this far into this episode, you know now that a bonus episode's coming later in the week.